Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay.
So we're gonna need, for the court report, you're gonna need everybody's names, right?
Yes, and titles perhaps,
Okay.
and firm names if they are attorneys.
Uh,
I don't know if somebody wants to email me, if that's easier, we can do that too.
Yeah, I can do that. I think I recognize everyone on here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna write it down and I can send you an email.
Hold on. Lost you. Okay, that'd be great. Do you want
The meeting begun.
to send you a quick email with my email address if you give me yours?
Yeah, do you want, but the easiest one is gonna be info@ulstercountyida.com. Hi, Dave, I can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me, all right, because
Yeah,
I
you're
don't see anything.
You don't have your camera on. I can see that.
Well,
but I
that's
can-
because I don't, the way I came in was through a phone, I guess.
Okay, I can see your phone number, Dave. It's no problem.
All right, well, let me know when I'm allowed to speak.
All right, will do.
Yeah, when they begin the public comment.
Okay. So I'm just gonna count and make sure we have all the names, and then we're probably ready to go, right? 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I have everybody. So, Jimmy, whenever you're ready.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States
States of America,
and to the republic for
Republic,
which it stands, one
one
nation,
nation,
under God,
God,
indivisible, with liberty and
liberty and justice for all.
And the mission statement of the Ulster County IDA Agency is as follows. The mission of the Ulster County Industrial Development Agency is to advance the job opportunities, general prosperity, and long-term economic vitality of Ulster County residents by targeting tax incentives, bonds, and other assistance to foster creation and attraction of new business and the retention and expansion of existing business. Rose, would you like to introduce, because you seem to have a list there. I'm doing it off my phone, the members, the guests, and the staff. Are you there?
I think you're muted, Rose.
Okay, sorry, I couldn't get it to click. So I see our chair, Jimmy Malcolm, and our board members here are Richard Jones, Daniel Savona, Michael Ham, Orlando Reese, Diane Einen, and our board counsel, Joe Ariel, and our special counsel, bond counsel, Joe Scott from Hodgson Russ. And then also joining us tonight, I see we have legislator Brian Cahill and the chair of the legislature, David Donaldson. And then joining us from the project is Saul Klein.
Well, thank you, everyone. I don't ever want to think I'm getting used to doing things on Zoom, and it kind of takes away a little bit of the flavor of the meeting, but I want to thank all of you, and I appreciate you bearing with us and getting through this, because it's important for us to do the business of the Industrial Development Agency. So good evening. My name is James Malcolm. I'm the chair of the Ulster County Industrial Development Agency in connection with the matter which is the subject of this public hearing. Today, we're holding this public hearing to allow citizens to make a statement for the record relating to the involvement of the agency with the following matter. It's going to be a little dry here. Pursuant to a closing on June 26, 2013, the agency entered into a lease agreement dated as of June 1, 2013, and a payment in lieu of taxes agreement dated as of June 1st, 2013, each by and between the agency and Golden Hill Acquisition, LLC, in connection with a project consisting of the following: the acquisition of an interest in an approximately 20-acre parcel of land located at 99 Golden Hill Drive in the city of Kingston, Ulster, New York, including the existing improvements located thereon, consisting of a 3-story building containing approximately 155,000 square feet of space, the reconstruction and renovation of the facility, and installation therein and the thereon of certain machinery and equipment of the facility. Where am I? All of the foregoing to be owned by the prior company and leased to the Golden Hill Planning Corporation, an affiliate of the prior company, and operated as an approximately 280-bed nursing care facility providing continual nursing care, including physical therapy, other rehabilitation services, and certain clinical services, and other directly and indirectly related activities. The granting of certain financial assistance within the meaning of the section 854 of the Act with respect to the foregoing, including potential exemption from sales taxes, real property, transfer taxes, mortgage to recording taxes, and real estate taxes. Collectively, that's the financial assistance. And the lease of the project facility to the prior company pursuant to the lease agreement. On or about May 28, 2020, Ulster NH Realty LLC, a New York limited liability company, submitted an application to the agency, a copy of which application is on file at the office of the agency, which application requested that the agency consider a request by the new company for approval by the agency of a certain assignment and assumption relating to the original project, said assignment request, consisting of the approval by the agency of the assignment by the prior company to the new company of the lease agreement, the pilot agreement, and certain other documents entered into by the prior company in connection with the closing, and the assumption by the new company of the basic documents. I intend to provide general information on the agency's general authority and public purpose to provide assistance to this assignment request. I will then open the comment period to receive comments from all present who wish to comment either on the assignment request or the financial assistance contemplated by the agency with respect to the assignment request. Okay, amount of financial assistance being considered by the agency. However, before discussing the general information and opening the hearing for public comments, I would like first to describe some details regarding the assignment request. In connection with the agency's review of the assignment request, the agency has requested the new company agree to the following. 1, that the pilot will maintain at least 330 full-time equivalent jobs at the project facility. 2, that the pilot agreement will be amended as follows: that the current pilot payment schedule of a fixed payment be replaced with a schedule based on percentage of normal taxes. 3, that the new company maintain a certain star rating with respect to the operations of the nursing home as a whole and employment levels of the nurses at the nursing home. The goal of the agency during its consideration of this assignment request was to increase the amount of pilot payments payable at the project and to maintain the operations of the project facility at a high level. Based on our estimates, the revised pilot payment structure will result in the new company paying approximately $3.6 million more in pilot payments to Ulster County, the City of Kingston, the City of Kingston School District over the balance of the term of the pilot agreement. There are no further exemptions relating to sales and use tax or the mortgage recording tax. Lastly, under IDA documents prepared in connection with the assignment request, the new company will be subject to recapture of the financial assistance upon the occurrence of certain recapture events. Example of recapture events include the failure to maintain the promised job levels as one. Okay, legal authorizations and the power of the agency, the provisions of Chapter 1030 of Laws 1969 of New York, constituting Title I of Article 18-A of the General Municipal Law, Chapter 24 of the Consolidated Laws of New York as amended, and Chapter 787 of the 1976 Laws of New York as amended, constituting Section 923 of said general municipal law, authorize the agency to promote, develop, encourage, and assist in the acquiring, constructing, reconstructing, improving, maintaining, and equipping and furnishing of manufacturing, warehouse, housing, research, commercial, and industrial facilities, among others. Pursuant to Section 859-A, subsection 2 of the General Municipal Law of New York State, prior to the agency providing any financial assistance of more than $100,000 to any project, the agency, among other things, must hold a public hearing pursuant to Section 859-A of the Act with respect to said project. Since the proposed financial assistance to be provided by the agency with respect to the assignment request may exceed $100,000, then prior to providing any financial assistance of more than $100,000 to the assignment request, the agency must hold a public hearing on the nature and location of the project facility and the proposed financial assistance to be provided by the agency with respect to the assignment request. After considering the applications received from the new company, the members of the agency adopted a resolution on August 12, 2020, authorizing the agency to conduct this public hearing with respect to the assignment request pursuant to Section 859-A, subsection 2 of the Act. By way of background, notice of this public hearing was published on August 15, 2020 in the Daily Freeman, a newspaper of general circulation available to the residents of the city of Kingston, Ulster County, New York. In addition, as required by New York law, the notice of this public hearing was mailed on August 14, 2020 to the mayor of the city of Kingston, the chairman of the county legislature of Ulster County, the Ulster County executive, and the superintendent and the Board of Education president of the Kingston City School District. Lastly, copies of the public hearing notice were posted on a public bulletin board located in the city of Kingston, Ulster County, New York, and were posted on August 2020 on the agency's website. Copies of the notice of this public hearing are available at the website of the agency. Now, unless there is any objection, I'm going to suggest waiving the full reading of the notice of this public hearing and instead request that the full text of the notice of this public hearing be inserted into the record of this public hearing. Comments received today at this public hearing will be presented to the members of the agency at or prior to the meeting at which the members of the agency will consider whether to approve the undertaking of the assignment request by the agency and the granting by the agency of any financial assistance in excess of $100,000 with respect to the assignment request. The agency currently intends to consider the comments received this evening regarding the assignment request at a special meeting of the agency to be held later this evening at 8 p.m. The special meeting, like all meetings on the agenda of the agency, is open to the public. Written comments. The notice of this public hearing indicated that written comments could be addressed to Rose Woodworth, the Chief Executive Officer of the agency. We have received written comments prior to this public hearing, which will be included in the public record. I now introduce, and I'm very sorry, Saul, your last name. Rose, maybe you can help me with that.
Fine.
Fine. I'm sorry, sir. I apologize. I just read the Magna Carta, you know. Who's appearing on behalf of the new company. Are there any comments that you would like to make, sir?
I just wanted to thank the board for making this happen and working with us throughout this process. I know it wasn't easy and we appreciate it, and we intend to stick to what we agreed to and actually make this facility a great facility for the residents.
Well, thank you, and appreciate you. We know it was a difficult process, or it has been, and you've been very professional all the way through the process. So thank you very much. And is there anyone else out there with you from the new company with comments, or are you by yourself?
By myself.
Okay. Are we going to public comment here, Rose? Or are we doing that at 8 o'clock?
Nope, you can open for public comment now and just say whatever time it is to do that.
Okay, I am opening for public comment at 7:16 p.m. If you wish, by way of operating rules, if you wish to make a public comment, please indicate your wish to do so, and I will call on you. Please wait to be recognized. Once recognized, please stand and state your name and address for the record. Rose, maybe you can handle that from your end because you have everyone who's on the meeting there. Okay, so the floor is open. Let me just add, please keep your comments to 3 minutes so that all those attending today may have a chance to comment for the record. If your comments mirror those of someone who's already spoken, you may so indicate, then relinquish your time to another speaker so that all views are represented at this hearing and may be heard. So please, Rose.
Dave, I know you had some comments.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Thank you to the members of the IDA, and I want to thank all of them for their service to the county. My name is David Donaldson. I'm the chairman of the Ulster County Legislature, and I applaud the changes in the pilot, and I believe that is a much workable pilot in my response. I'm not sure if it's quite enough, but it certainly seems, but I believe that all of you have done your due diligence, and I respect that you have done that. I do know that Golden Hill Nursing Home has not been considered a good neighbor by the immediate community, despite repeated attempts by the city officials and the neighborhood to get employees and other travelers to and from Golden Hill off of Glen Street, which is basically like a very narrow country road, even though it's in the city of Kingston. Anybody who have traveled that road, you would know that. Anyway, they have attempted repeatedly, not only the city, but the community there have tried to get the Golden Hill Nursing Home to recognize that problem and address it by using Glen Street as an emergency entrance and exit only, and using 32 as the primary entrance. Now, many of their deliveries, they do come through their 32 at this point, and I know that the fire department uses that. If they're going to go there, we've got that fixed, but they still have not addressed this one particular issue, and the issue needs to be addressed in order for us even to further develop anything on Golden Hill. So I'm hoping that the new owners are willing to address that issue.
Anything else, Chair?
No, that's good.
Well, I can.
Thank you.
Honestly, I don't speak for Saul or his group, but I will tell you, there's been no meandering with anything that we needed. And I won't promise anything on their behalf, but they're certainly willing to listen and enter into dialogue. And I think that's a reflection, honestly, not just of their business plan, but some changes that we've made in this board and the support that we have with the legislature. And I want to thank you very much for that.
And thank you, James. And I would say to Sal, if he wishes to give me a call, I'm at 845-399-8709. That is my cell phone. Please feel free to call me.
Is there anyone else out there in public comment? Okay, well, by the rules, we started at 7. It's at least 15 minutes has passed since the start of the meeting. Before closing the public hearing, I'll ask Saul, who's appearing on behalf of the new company, if he has any additional comments.
No, and I just wanted to comment on the previous comment, I guess, regarding that road. I actually read up a lot on it, and this is something that I want to make it my business to look into and try to see what we can do to make it easier on those residents surrounding the facility.
Yeah, thank you. A good neighbor is a good advertiser, so thank you. All right. And I will remind you all that the agency will formally consider the comments received regarding the assignment request at a special meeting scheduled to begin following this public hearing at 8 p.m. This special meeting, like all meetings of the agency, is open to the public. So we'll now close this public hearing at 7:22 p.m. Thank you all for attending.
Mr. Chairman, before everybody gets off, this is Joe, if I may, and it's okay that it's off the record. This is just for a point of information. Many of you know that tonight was one night that I actually could not really be available for this. I'm glad I was able to get through the public hearing with you, and I may be able to check in during the special meeting as well. But if I do, I may also have to pop off. But you know, obviously you're in great hands with Joe, and we've worked very closely with Saul and Rose and Joe, and the chairman's apprised of the background of the discussions. And so you may see me, but you may not. And I just wanted to explain why you may see me popping on and off the screen.
I got your email before, and I responded to you. And look, we can't create everybody's timing. It certainly would be better if you were there, but you know, things happen. You understand that, but I was in receipt of your email noting that. So.
Yep. Thank you very much. It's obviously much more important that the meeting happen. I didn't want the board to be confused about the any of that. So thanks very much.
You're welcome. All right, Rose, are we going to click off and then click back on at 8?
Yeah, so unfortunately, we can't start the meeting before 8 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to hop off and hop back on so you can get a break in.
All right, we'll see you back here just before 8. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Jimmy. Thanks, Saul.
Thank you.
Oh, did she hop off already? Yeah. All right, I'll email her.